So as a whole process, I saw the facts. I only seen the facts.
That's how it's
I
supposed to be.
didn't. Yeah, I know. I only seen the facts. Do not call me for fucking jury duty. Do not call me for jury duty.
Why? They speak English because we are in America.
Yeah.
And now,
We're also in
Okay,
like,
hold on, hold
I
on.
live in a Latino
okay,
community.
let me
bro.
talk to you. Let me talk. I didn't cut you off when you were talking, buddy. Why you keep cutting me off? Please say sorry, Dick.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
I don't want to sound racist,
You already, okay. First of all, wait. You started the conversation, but
Yeah,
I,
I
wanna
know,
say
I know,
it's
I know,
racist
I
as
know.
fuck already.
but
what's
it's
up?
just very concerning because I don't know. Growing up, bro, East LA, it's not
Okay.
a problem, bro. Other things become a problem
Omar, the kids that are depressed, why are they depressed? Way?
because they're bored,
Why are they bored? They can do whatever they want in life.
bro.
Travel the world.
There's people that we have no money with, and they're still depressed.
And you're humble as fuck.
Why not?
Yeah, es un asqueroso tú, coño. Welcome back. Welcome back. And welcome back again to the number one Latino podcast in the world. I'm Memo.
I'm Omar.
And this is the Why Podcast.
Why, bro?
Why not, Carnalillo? Why not? If you're new to this channel, please make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications because we post every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And we've been doing that for at least a year and a month.
A year and some change.
A year and a month, bro. How are you doing, Carnalillo?
I'm doing good.
How are you
I
feeling?
know you jumped on my bad. I'm looking at the
I jumped on what?
on the intro. That's good. Thank you. I appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
Yeah, because sometimes we just got to catch each other. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Tomorrow's a special day.
Tomorrow, yeah, this week has been a week of celebrations,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My little girl turned birthday came up. Shout out to my little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Then a friend of ours,
A friend of yours, your friend?
turned his birthday, and then
Yeah, my friend away.
and
That's
then
because he called me some words. We might talk about it, but he
Who-
considered he was drunk. Fool. I don't believe he was drunk, but
he
go
was
ahead.
drunk.
Excuses. Go ahead.
My wife's birthday is coming up, and then the most important birthday.
The most important birthday. Your? Oh, my birthday. Linda.
The most important birthday to you.
I don't know why I feel like I'm out of breath. Fool. I didn't do shit.
It's okay. It happens. It's what they call
Overweight?
fat. Yeah, there you go. No, how you feeling, bro? I know you. This is your last day being 32. You're gonna turn
I
33.
don't know. My hair's all jacked up, but
It's the age, bro.
yeah. Tomorrow I turn 33. And I don't feel like it, bro.
You
I
feel
like-
older? You
yeah,
feel younger?
I feel older.
We're just talking about this. How my wife really looks forward to her birthday, bro. Like every year, she's looking forward to her birthday. I, on the other hand, I don't really care for my birthday.
Yeah, me neither, bro.
I don't know if it's a guy thing. I don't know because Jay Diaz, he cares about his birthday, right? I think he does.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm obviously thankful for another year, right? But
Right, of course.
it's not something that I like. Oh my god, my birthday. I think my wife says she's more.
Excited for your birthday.
Yeah, I'm okay because I think tomorrow we're gonna have a little comida, something small with my family. That's kind of what I like to do.
But why is that? Why is that you don't look forward to your birthday?
I don't know. It's not that I don't look forward to it, but I just feel like it's a regular day, way.
Right. Well, it's
Yeah.
not because your birthday.
Yeah, way. But I feel like I celebrate. I think every day. Like I'm always celebrating with my family. I feel like every day, I tell them I love them. It's just kind of like I don't use that one day to be like it's my day. I feel like I kind of buy whatever I want, whenever
You're
whatever I want.
spoiled like that. For me, bro, I think every year I churn
Every turn, what?
every year I churn over the page of my book of my chapters.
Lindo.
I don't know, güey. Siento como que either I didn't accomplish anything, I'm working on something.
Every year or
Yeah, every year, güey. And then the thing is that like they say that the average human lives up to 70, right?
Neta?
Yeah. Life expectancies from 70 to 80. And I just feel like when I'm like 30s, way, like we're there, way. We're halfway there.
That's crazy to think
And,
about. Fool.
and yeah, and like all the way till now, it feels like a blink of an eye, bro. Right? Aside from the stuff that I don't remember, it's kind of like the stuff that I do remember. It's kind of like, oh, that shit fucking flew, bro.
Yeah, bro. I feel like time has been flying. To be honest, way.
Yeah,
It's
way.
scary, dog. So when I start thinking like that, I'm like, dude, why haven't I? I mean, luckily, say we want to do a podcast. We started doing a podcast.
Yeah.
It's just things that we just without even thinking it. We recording. I just was in the morning in the beginning that we've been recording for a year almost consistent way. A lot of people start 2 or 3 months and it's like I'm done for. It's not for everyone, fool. And it's lucky not for me because sometimes we have nothing to talk about. Loki,
I
we
think
never do.
you know what? I came across a couple podcasts that are not consistent. No, not to throw trash on them or anything. But I've noticed that like they'll find an excuse not to record, and maybe it's a good thing because they like to be like perfectionist.
Well, no, see, that's a problem, fool. Because I feel like I'm not perfectionist, but I feel like I like things done certain things. But
Right.
we hold each other accountable, way, and
Yeah.
and that's how this shit works. Because sometimes I'm like, wait, nah, fuck, wait, let's just record another day, and it stops you from like editing and shit like that. I know it's kind of hard, way, but I feel like the hardest thing is to keep up with topics, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of one of the main, not issues, but one of the main concerns we always had. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And it's just
Yeah.
like, but I feel like consistency is key because we're slowly getting more traction. I feel, and people are like viewing more way our regular shit. You know what I mean? Before we didn't
Yeah.
have anything like that, but yeah, I think we obviously want to expand more and interview more people, but sometimes it works both ways. Sometimes they don't want to. It's just kind of hard. You know what I mean?
Well, the space that we're in, bro, the industry we're in, which is podcast, it's really hard to get into, bro.
Very saturated. Yeah.
It's really hard for so many reasons. One, you gotta be likable, bro, and two, you gotta have like a hard fan base for them to stay 45 minutes to listen to some of the stuff you gotta say, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's hard, bro. It's really hard to do a podcast. They say after the eighth
Year?
podcast, people start quitting their podcast.
Oh, okay.
And they've invested money. I saw some guy that said, if you're gonna do a podcast, you better be ready to do 1,000 episodes.
I saw that way. So she said, "What the fuck? Like that's 10 years." I'm like, "Yeah." Dude." So I think for us, it's more like kind of like a hobby because we talk every day.
Yeah.
So it's just we're talking and we're just recording anyway. Basically, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I like it. It's pretty chill. We're right here. I think, and that's why I think a lot of people transition out of. Most people that used to do vlogs and all that shit. Wait, it's more like fuck. It gets tiring. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
wait.
From recording every time, and right now you just kind of sit down and just talk about experiences or talk about anything you want to talk about with. So I think a lot of people from that space that are currently now going to podcasts like this is more chill. I get the same views. It's more chill. I don't have to do anything
Yeah,
and just talk about BS. I do want to start like having like people call in way.
we can.
But yeah, we can, but people don't want to call in there. But I think it's better because you want to see their face.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like I think thinking there'll be more down. Like, hey, I'm down. I'll just call in and then we'll just talk. So if you guys are really down to come on a podcast and talk about any experience you have, or maybe just call in, we'll get you in and we'll start talking to you.
Yeah, we can. Talking about podcast, way. I'm starting to like really not entertain the idea of like people, but I feel like people are very fascinating, bro. Cause I've been meeting a few people lately, and like I don't want to associate myself with them because I see like a lot of like red flags on them. But I just find it like amusing, like their thought process and like the way they are and their personality.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm like, damn, like why? Like why are people like that way? There's this particular person, bro,
Oh yeah.
that it's a coworker of mine. And if she watches this or no, I don't care, bro. But she's always like, I feel like she's always like walking around, always like everybody's out to get her.
Like in defense mode.
Yeah,
You told me that before. Me too. Like,
no. Like this guy, like this person's kind of like I guess they snitched on her or something like that. I don't know what happened. There was a whole drama going on over there. And then she like her actions and her expressions are very like they're too much, bro. Like we'll be talking like in the hallway.
They're over animated.
Yeah, like she'll be like, oh, like I'm like, oh, buenas tardes, you know, like I'll say hi. I'm like, oh, like, ¿cómo estás, mijo? I'm like, oh, bien. Like, ay. I'm like, go, ¿y usted? Esta gente ya me trae hasta acá. And I'm like,
Yeah, bro.
¿por qué, oiga, qué pasó? Ay, ya sé que una persona está hablando de mí. Cuando la gente habla de mí, está muerta para mí. But they do so much, bro, that keep in mind that we work in a very professional setting, way. So for people to see that, like they're just like, what the hell's going
So
on?
she
So they think they're fine. Where she's fighting with me, güey. And I'm just like, oh, no, pues llévesela tranquila, no le ponga mucha atención ahí porque no, es de que eso me sube la sangre. Like, and I'm just like, oh.
No,
fuck.
I feel that sometimes.
And I find it funny, way that I'm just like, I feel like I entertain that, like listening to them, but I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Like everybody has a story. I understand.
No, wait.
that,
You
but
gotta understand. Sometimes some of these people, their job is just everything to them. Way like, as far as like their life, personal life, they don't have any personal life. Way so some people look forward to go to work just to talk to people and like interact with people. Way so sometimes all they need to do is just vent. Fool. So the first fool you see, they start venting. You're like, what the fuck, like, dude? I just asked how's your day, and you're telling me about fucking people hating on you and shit like that. It's just random. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like yeah, if you just hear them out, but yeah, like you said, it depends on the setting you're in, right? Imagine you're like talking to a professional and you're like in the middle of like a receptionist, she's going to have, man, a mí me harta. Some people do that on purpose. Sometimes they do that shit knowing that they're gonna somebody's overhearing them.
Really?
Yeah, but just to be mañosas, fool. Just to be like how do you say, like sneaky way. I've had people way where I had people where so let me give you an example way. You are at a grocery store way. You're at a grocery store way and you're talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And you're talking on the phone with maybe, I don't know, one of your friends way that knows me and my family, right? And as I'm walking to you're picking some groceries to in the store and you're talking on the phone and you see me pass way. And then you start saying like, oh my God, no, yeah, Memo, he's doing great. He's doing so good, and his brother too, man, they're doing like great. Not talking shit, but just like over saying like, oh my God, like, dude, like Memo's doing so good, like, dude, he's fucking doing it, and just like overhyping shit, just so I can be like, oh shit, still he's telling me like he's talking good about me. You know what I mean? Just for no reason, way. And he's like, I'm like, oh, and I talked to Jose like, hey, wait, no, yeah, that's how I saw Omar way. He was saying good things about us, fool, like just.
Really, way?
Yeah, way.
I never came across like that.
Yeah, I have. When it's just like over exciting, like, oh my God, like, and then you act like, oh shit, no way, bro, I was just talking about you, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, what the fuck? You think I'm dumb or something?
Yeah.
Like how would I say, way? It's like I'm on the grocery store way, and I see you walking. I'm like, oh no, how's it going? Yeah, no, yeah, we're good. Way, no, yeah, right here, it's like Omar. Like me, and Omar, we be talking here and there. No, wait, Omar's doing fucking good, man. Like. Damn, fool's fucking, he got a new fucking car, fool. Like, he has his whole family. That fool's doing great, dog. No way, bro. Omar, Dick, I was just talking about you, Dick, and I had fucking seen you. Like, it's just one of those things.
That's
like,
just so dumb.
I know, Dick. Not particularly talking shit, but just to, like, make it seem like I'm a good person. Like, oh, yeah, Memo, like, he's a good person. People just do that way.
Yeah.
So maybe she's doing that. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's not aware of her surroundings. Maybe I'm fucking reaching too. I don't know. But I've seen people that do certain stuff for like, not just to tell you, but to have other people like hear like, oh shit, no, like, dude, don't mess with this girl. The lady's fucking crazy. Like, don't even like talk to her any sort of way because she gets crazy. Dick, like I just had an experience, fool. In Chuck E. Cheese way.
Oh, that's right. You had a situation.
Okay, so Omar invited us to his little girl's birthday. He was just talking about. We went to Chuck E. Cheese. He invited his friends. He invited me. I invited my wife and my family for obviously Chuck E. Cheese from a little girl. And me and nunca me compa Hugo estábamos allá in the little bouncing play area.
Yeah, the little bouncer.
And obviously, I mean, me and Hugo were like, we're facing. It was like a little slide thing. It was like a little slide thing, and behind us was a jumping like the jumping jumper,
Right,
whatever.
right.
And we were talking, no, wait, catching up. And we just start hearing a girl screaming, I already told you to stop messing with them, like loud way. And I was talking to her like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck's going on? And I look inside the jumper and I seen a kid like all scared way, like, oh shit, esta vieja me está gritando. I already told you to stop messing with them. Yeah, you don't listen. I don't know what, like, gritándole, güey. Y el niño, pues, si miraba, el niño era latino, güey. Y la que estaba gritando, pues, era morena, güey.
Uh-huh.
And I look at the kid, and he's all fucking scared, güey, of his mind. But I think it's like one of those pinches morrillos, güey, cagapalos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they do shit, like, discreet. And then when they get caught, they get all shocked, like, oh shit, like, I messed up, like, what's she screaming at me? I guess the little kid didn't expect for that lady to scream the shit out of him, but she was screaming loud, like, being obnoxious, like, escandalosa, fool.
Mm-hmm.
So as I turn back and I'm staring at the girl, like I'm amused, like, dude, you're fucking screaming, like, he got you worked up, like, what is he doing, bro? So I'm looking at her, and then she's like, "Is that your kid?" And I'm like, "No, it's not. Why?" "Well, because you're looking at me." I'm like, "Well, because you're screaming." And I said, "Look, I'm like, oh shit, este güey, ¿qué onda?" I'm like, "What the fuck, like, dude, like, why are you coming at me sideways? I'm looking at you because you're screaming hysterically like a crazy ass."
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I just happened to look, and she didn't expect me to scream back at her. And she was like, "Oh, well," I'm like, "No, you're screaming at me, so I'm just giving the same energy. I'm screaming back at you." Oh, because you're looking at me. Yeah, I'm looking because you're screaming. That's why I'm looking at you.
Hey, Memo, have you ever considered that that you might have a staring problem, bro?
Maybe. I mean, I don't think
I understand, but like, there's like looking, and there's like looking.
No, I was looking at her to see like what the fuck, but like I wasn't trying to hide it. I was looking straight at her, fool. I was staring at her eyes, for like I'm looking at you, dog. So if I continue looking at you, you gotta tell me like, "Is that your kid?" I'm like, "No, it's not. Why?" Like, bro, like, well, you looking at me. I'm like, "Yeah, because you're screaming. You obviously want attention." I didn't say all that, but I'm like, "You're screaming, so I'm gonna look at you."
Yeah.
And I just stared at her, like I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Oh, like
I kind of
yeah,
I
get
looked at
you.
her I just looked at her not to be like, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I could be like, "You like a fuck? Are you okay, dude?
Uh-huh.
Like, are you serious? Like, you're all right?" But she's like, "Well, you're looking at me." I'm like, "Yeah, because you're screaming." Like, I'm gonna not look, or well, you obviously, I mean, if you have somebody screaming loud of their lungs, like they're screaming loud, fool. Like, we're talking about like enojado, güey. I was like, "Fool, this morrillo got you worked up." So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, "Dude, you want me to stare?" I mean, I don't know if she wanted me to stare, but I looked.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm wrong or right or
Yeah,
wrong.
of course.
I just looked at her because she was screaming. So,
So you
but
have.
it's crazy because nobody, even the fucking trabajadora they were all fucking like in shock.
Yeah.
And
Wait.
I just, I think she looked at me thinking that was my kid because it was Latino. Fool says Latino. I'm like, "That's not my kid, man." And this little morrillo way went up there and trying to mess with the little girl's way.
Neta?
Yeah, way he was up there like trying to push. I'm like, "Hey, like, what's wrong with you, dude?" Like, I stared him down. I'm like, "Dude, you want me to scream like he just screamed at you?" But he just kind of looked at me like, "Oh shit!" Like I was just like, "Bro, like,
Yeah,
I mean, they're kids, you know what I mean?" Pero there's some bad kids too, fool, porque no se aguantan. Pero pues,
Yeah.
igual.
Wait. With those places, bro, they're very like.
It wasn't a ghetto place, fool.
No,
People go.
I know, wait, but the people can be
No, wait. This is my theory, fool. So we didn't. Okay, first time I'm not saying it's a high end Chuck E. Cheese, but we went in the good side of the city of Chuck E. Cheese. Way like it was I consider it a good city. I don't know. I don't think it's a good city, but you know what I mean. So I think people from
the hood. They want to go over there because it's nice.
but they want to bring the attitude over there.
Yeah.
It's like the shit you see out here, like you try to escape that, but if you're gonna fucking go out to a nice place, you fucking don't take your attitude. You leave that shit over there,
Yeah.
dude. Be more sophisticated. But you could take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the hip person, dog.
Yeah, bro. So with those situations, bro, it's very like it can be intimidating, bro. It can be really intimidating because
Yeah.
people forget that they're at the kids' place. They're at the kids' area. They're there's kids around, bro.
Uh-huh.
I've had situations where I guess this guy picked up one of like African American little girls. He moved her out of the way because she was on top of his kid.
Okay.
So the mom came and of the little girl, and then
Don't touch my kid.
yeah, like how would you feel if I pick up your kid like loud, bro? And I had my little girl, but I was at a point where I'm like, bro, like, are they not self-aware? There's kids around. Like, why do you have to get loud? Why do you have to call other people? You know? And I felt for the Latino guy because, like, dude, like he was just trying to look after his kid. I understand you don't have to put like
So what do you do in that case, way?
it's one of those things where it's like I feel like you don't think about it, bro. You just like react to it, right?
Okay, so
Obviously you apologize and you have a conversation, a civilized conversation.
no, wait, someone is not civil.
That's a problem, bro. That's a problem that
So Omar,
people forget where
Yeah.
they're at, and they're like, oh hell, not like, hey,
you touch my kid.
yeah. Wait, I'm just like,
Come on.
So I just got my daughter and I moved her to another section.
Okay, but in that case, what do you do in that situation, fool? Somebody's on top of your kid.
Well, I mean, what I would do is,
Yeah.
I'll be like kind of like discreet about it and be like, hey, hi, excuse me, can you keep your hands to yourself? And I'm actually teaching my little girl right now, telling her, hey, like, can you please be nice, or like, cause the thing with my little girl is that she knows they're smaller than her, and like they'll like hit her or whatever, and she'll just be like,
But you're there, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So
That's
then I
the
tell
part,
like, and then my wife tells her a lot. I mean, like, hey, Like, talk. Like, you need to talk. You need to say something. Me, like, can you please stop? And she'll be like, can you please stop? Like, but I don't know if she knows because they're younger than her. She's kind of
No, I feel like I said before, like when you're not,
no, wait, no, this happened in front of my wife too. So it's one of those things where it's like,
but you're there, you're there. I've seen her react when you're not there, and she defends herself.
I mean, they're all kids. They're all kids, bro.
No,
Hey.
but that's good. Like I said, I don't think Sophia. I mean, maybe around you, she's like very like timid, but she holds her own. I've seen it. Way. I have no like Sophia.
Yeah, she can.
She holds
but
no. She can. She holds her own. I think when she's around you, she's like, maybe she wants to be like, I want to be a perfect princess for my dad. Because she's a smart little.
She already
She's
is.
a smart.
She already
I
is.
understand that way, but I think she's very smart. Fool. Sophia's very smart way, like very smart. That sometimes it's a bit scary, dog. Last time me sacó la lengua, güey. You remember that? Me sacó la lengua.
She does it a lot.
But I'm just saying, like, I'm not worried about Sophia. Don't worry about it. I think you're the enabler. We talked about it already, way.
Yeah.
Sophia's good, way. She will put hands if she needs to put hands.
That's one thing that my wife always talk about. Like, we're different parent styles, bro.
No,
I'm
it's
a
fine, wait.
enabler. They walk all over me. And
I
I'm okay.
didn't
I'm
see
okay
that.
with that way.
They walk all over you. You feel like they walk all over
Apparently,
you?
my wife tells me that they're gonna walk all over me, but I'm okay with that way.
Let them walk all over me.
Yeah, like, you know, I had this conversation with somebody else. I was like, bro, if I had the choice for them to not work, I'll give them that choice.
Not work what?
Like, work ever.
Your kids?
Yeah.
Okay, so now, do you think you're doing a disservice for your kid, way? Because you're not always gonna be around, way, right? So what happens when daddy's missing, when daddy's gone, way, and they don't know what the fuck, they don't know anything to do because all they've known is my dad is giving me everything I wanted, and they're just like,
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like being formative and educating is key. Way. You know what I mean? Like, I can't just be like, don't do anything, right? Like, I support whatever you want to do, and aquí estás bien respaldada, pero at the same time, not doing anything is not an option. Way. Do something without struggling. Like, you get what I'm saying?
no.
Like, if you want to draw art, that's fine. Draw art. Like, that's fine. I don't care.
I'm talking about the real world, fool. Like,
No,
like
I don't
paying
want
bills.
them to. No, I just wouldn't want them to face those.
I know, I understand that way, but at some point you're never gonna be with your kid 24/7 way. So at some point there's gonna come a time where they have to make real life decisions.
But
Fool.
that's a problem, bro. Like, you think that's gonna be like, that's gonna be the outcome. Way. Like, there's people out there, bro, that they've never worked a day of their life.
Yeah.
They have an education,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like financially like
Good.
stable forever. Way. And they're never gonna have to worry about a dime in their life.
Mm-hmm.
All they're gonna worry about is like
Doing what they love.
doing what they, you know.
Well, okay, wait. I think for us it's different perspectives because in our lives we like we would want that, but we would kind of struggled as we were little. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for us, that would be something great. But we already lived so much that we would be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like for us, we lived life already way
Yeah.
that obviously it'll be great for us not to work or not do anything no more, but we have experiences already in life way.
Right.
So for our kids way, if they don't have to work or do anything or just do whatever they love way, like what do you think? Like what's gonna be that?
Well, here's my question, bro. What do you prefer? And this is like very key way. What do you prefer? If you had to pick one,
Mm-hmm.
do you prefer their happiness or your happiness?
No, I think once you have kids, you want your kids to be happy.
Right.
I understand it, but I think you have to have some type of struggle in life. We just can't always be fucking happy and jolly because that's impossible.
I mean, life is already a struggle, way. Life is already a struggle, bro.
like, well, wait.
Like life is already a struggle, way. Like,
No, but if you have nothing to worry about, how the fuck is it gonna be a struggle, way?
bro, I get what you mean, way, but it's like somebody else could go through a different experience than we have,
Yeah.
and they probably outlive us, way, or they're probably, you know what I mean, like they're probably
No, wait,
in a better position than where we're at.
Omar, I'm saying more. Okay, look, I'm saying more like sometimes way us thinking that they want to pursue their happiness way. Sometimes people don't even know what makes them happy way, because I feel like you don't have that struggle to know exactly what you want in life way. You
Right.
know what I mean? So I mean, yeah. Imagine we have our kids, we give them everything they want. We're like, hey, just be happy. Well, what's that?
Yeah.
Do whatever makes you happy.
Mhm.
I don't know what that is. Because how you gonna know what happiness is if you've never struggled with? I feel like it correlates together. If you're obviously sad for a reason, and once you get in that sad phase, you start getting happy. You start realizing what is life way. You know what I mean? But if you have never struggled in life way, and they just touch you like, hey,
You
wait,
think struggling is the only way you can find happiness or find like some type of like because I struggle I get to
yeah, I think it's a type of achievement way. I mean, if you're gonna start from the top and consistently be like down the top, like you're just gonna know that's a norm. At some point, you'll be like, Dick, why it's just the same shit over and over. Like I don't know what I don't know. This is how happiness feels all the time. You don't know anything now. You don't know anything about. If you're just going constantly on the top, how are you gonna know what's happening is if you're just there supposedly all the time? Way at some point you're gonna be like, well, I just feel like this is boring. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't. I get what you mean, but I think you're being very like narrowed viewed on like that. That's the way it should be, and I don't know.
No.
I think the people even on top, like if I was to have a choice and just be on top, I think there's
Okay.
more pressure on being on top.
What's considered on top way?
Like just having the
Like
power, the
financial
money.
power. Okay.
Yes.
So I've read a lot of people saying that there's people, millionaires, billionaires that are not happy with.
Yeah, you're right.
So
And they
So
have
you
their own
think-
type of struggles, and they have their own type of experiences.
no,
that make them
I'm talking
who they
about
are.
I'm talking about like there's kids that come from billionaires way.
Yeah.
That they're fucking depressed, and they have everything. Fool, why are they depressed if they have everything they ever wanted? Way. Make that make sense, fool. If you have everything you ever want, you nunca te faltó nada. Whatever you wanted, you fucking got it. Way your dad's a fucking billionaire, and they're the most fucking saddest persons in the world. Way. Why? You can't buy happiness, bro.
Well, I refuse to believe that way.
No, well, I mean, yeah, you want to be close-minded, of course. Way.
No, I refuse. to
I'm
believe that.
narrow-minded, and you're just fucking blind.
No, I really refuse.
Do you
to
guys
believe
agree that? Do you guys agree you have to struggle some bit in order to have some type of satisfaction? I feel like it is. So I think you just can't be
But I
happy
feel
all the
like you
time.
struggle, bro. Like you
I'm not
struggle
saying- I'm not saying like-
regardless.
I'm not
I
saying
think
not-
you're talking about just financially. Wait,
No.
financially is not
Okay.
a problem, bro. Other things become a problem
Omar, the kids that are depressed, why are they depressed? Way?
because they're bored,
Why are they bored? They can do whatever they want in life.
bro.
Travel the world.
There's people that will have no money, way, and they're still depressed. You're just saying like only people that have money are depressed. No, that's not the case, way.
Okay.
All kind, people from all types of social classes are depressed, way.
Okay. But for the persons that are poor are depressed, why? Way? Because they don't have anything, right? They're struggling day to paycheck by paycheck. That's the demeaning thing. Like you have to, like living paycheck to paycheck.
No,
way?
but no, wait. That no, they could live paycheck to paycheck. That makes them happy, way.
Yeah.
And they could be depressed in some other ways, way.
The
Depression comes from a mental state, way.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, so when you say like, I've learned this, bro. Not everybody has your way of thinking. Not everybody has my way of thinking.
That's why it makes the
I
white
don't
podcast the
want to
best.
fucking work, bro. You don't want to work.
Well, why?
You don't. Wait, hold up. You don't want to work. I don't want to work. I like the freedom of being with my family, bro.
Okay.
You like the freedom of being with your family.
Yes.
We have about almost the same mentality.
Okay.
Right. So we strive for that.
Omar,
There's people that they're not comfortable with that
they
way.
have that.
They have
Exactly.
that. And they have that.
Exactly,
And
wait.
they didn't like it.
Omar.
And they refused to it, and now they want to go ahead and go back into like
So why do you not want to work, way?
I just said because of the freedom.
Okay. So you struggled and you didn't like it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That correlates to
Wait, hold up. I didn't struggle. Like I guess
You
I
worked.
struggled, but I don't think the reason why I don't want to work is because I struggle. I don't want to work because of like freedom.
Okay. I understand. Okay. So how did you come to that conclusion, way? Because you fucking worked all your life,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't want this fucking life.
Yeah.
I want to fucking have freedom and be with my family and not worry about shit. Of course, way. There's people that have that already, and they're not happy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I feel like for you, you work so long, about 20 years already, and you're like, I don't want this shit. I don't want this shit.
Bro, but if I was to when I get to that goal,
A huevo.
Right.
I like that. I like these key words.
when
fool.
I get to that goal, what if I'm not happy with it?
Exactly.
Okay, you prove my point, way. Life is hard already, way. Whatever you're dealing with, whether it's financially,
But what about if
mentally,
you already started with your freedom? You fucking were blessed to have freedom, way. You were fucking free. I don't know whatever that fucking freedom is for you.
because people are comfortable. There's two different types of people in my theory.
Okay.
There's people with routine,
Routines
and there's people without routine.
without routine.
I hate fucking routine.
I hate routine.
I hate routine with a fucking passion, bro. It bores me the heck. It bores me, bro. I cannot stand it. I hate it, way.
So you want to be like a rebel, dude?
No, I don't want to be a rebel. I like changing it up here and there. I like switching it up. I like looking for ideas. I like exploring my horizons. That's not ChatGPT. That's
Fucking
you know what I mean. I mean everybody's different way. Like
Of course, of course. It comes back to the experiences we have, way.
I don't think our experiences make us better than anybody else. I think everybody
right.
goes through their own experience.
Yep.
And if you're on top,
But then again, what's on top?
and if
fool?
you're on top,
What's on
let's say
top?
if you're on top financially, if you're up there way, if you're a billionaire, maybe you feel comfortable in the lower class. And there's nothing wrong with that way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's people that like to struggle to have some type of like, I feel alive. I have people that they do their fucking papers or their reports the night before it's due way.
I had that.
And they like that. They like they fucking like they're just alright. I'm on my zone. I'm on it. And there's people that don't like feeling that. They're like, fuck that. I'm gonna get this shit done 2-3 weeks before.
Yeah.
There's different types of people. We
Of course.
going back about different types of people, bro.
Alright.
I've came across some situations that is gonna be a little bit edgy, but there's two things. One that really brings out. Oh, actually, there's two things. Remind me, because I keep forgetting. It's about rich and racism. Okay.
Rich racism.
Okay. So I want to get your opinion on this, bro. And I really want to hear you guys out too on this. I don't want to sound racist.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, wait. You started the conversation, but
Yeah, I
wanna
know,
say
I know,
it's
I know,
racist
I
as
know.
fuck already.
But
wait,
it's
so.
just very concerning because I don't know. Growing up, bro, East LA, shout out Bulldogs. My school was full of like Latinos. It was rare when we seen like an African American, Indian, Middle Eastern.
Asian.
Like I never interacted with people like that. Now that I'm at work, I get to see a lot of people like that. A lot of people from different social classes and
ethnicities.
a lot of ethnicities, right? But it got to a point where I'm like, I don't see color anymore, bro.
Oh, you colorblind.
No, I'm serious. Way like I don't see color, and the reason why is because I work at a facility where a hospital. I work at a hospital, way, and we're trained to kind of be like nice to people, be like respectful, because you don't know what they're going through. They're there for a reason, so you don't want to like, you want to make them feel as comfortable as possible, right? You got to a point where like I look at people and I can only imagine what they're going through based on their facial expressions, their mood, their pretty much their whole demeanor. But I forget who they are or their ethnicity. Like I don't like. Bro, it's so fucking weird because there was this person with I'm assuming their kid and they were praying, bro, and I passed by and I just I was like, hi, good morning, I'm gonna do whatever I needed to do for my job, and I was like, I had to come back, bro, to try kind of like see their race because I wasn't sure like if they understood me because I spoke English, so I was like, maybe they didn't speak English. And they spoke Spanish, and I was being rude, and I assumed they spoke English. So when I looked at, I don't know why I went back, and they were African American, bro. So I was kind of like, I don't know, it's weird way, like I really don't see it way. Maybe
No
because
way.
of the setting.
No, I think no, you obviously said it. You obviously see it because you went back and saw the fucking
But
color.
yeah, but I didn't see it at first way.
No, well, yeah, I think you're too concentrated. You're zoned in, fool. You're not fucking saying like, oh, what is this fucking Latinos? You don't. You just fucking do your job, fool. You're not. That's not your main focus. Your focus is to do your job, to go in and to get out with.
But I would say like that's one of the things. That's one thing that you look at when you look at people, bro. Their ethnicity.
Who?
Anybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Just like you talk about like what is the first thing you look? Eyes
Teeth.
and teeth, right? Like that's the one thing you see. Like this guy has messed up teeth. This guy. So when you
I don't
like
fucking do with anything with the color, fool.
no, but this is what I'm saying, bro. Like I don't know. I don't even look, bro. To like I don't know, bro. It's weird.
I'm confused, bro.
No, it's not confusing. Wait,
Well, because you're not saying you're not library. I don't know what you mean, fool.
I don't see color. Like I saw it because I need to go in and confirm. Wait,
But what? Confirm for what?
because I was like, I'm telling you, I don't know if they spoke English or Spanish.
Okay,
It came out naturally. Like if I say what's up to somebody, it's gonna be in English. Like, what's up, bro?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me go back, Omar. You're gonna assume they speak English because we are in America.
Yeah.
And now,
We're also in
Okay,
like,
hold on, hold on,
I
hold on.
live in a Latino
okay,
community.
let me talk to you. Let me talk. I didn't cut you off when you were talking, buddy. Why you keep cutting me off? Please say sorry, Dick.
I'm sorry.
Hey, so I'm just joking because then we'll be like, oh, I was a fucking asshole.
No, well, show your true colors.
All I don't see colors. Oh, yeah.
Colors.
No. So I think going back to where you were saying, way, you obviously see color, way.
I don't. That's the problem.
When
I
you
don't,
okay,
bro.
okay, you went in, and we're gonna assume we're in America. People are speaking
No,
English.
let's say we're passing by. We're saying we're
Okay,
passing
okay,
by.
Omar, again.
Okay.
We just made English the national language of America because we didn't have no fucking. You know we don't have a national language here. It was just up for grabs, fool. So we made it official now. It's an official language. English is an official language now. You're here and you assume people speak English. Wait, that's fine. Wait, now I've had things like, "Hi, how are you?" Me contestan, "Oh, muy bien." Now I know they speak Spanish. "Oh, cómo está, oiga?" That's simple, fool. But I'm not gonna sit here and fucking. I've had people that talk Spanish who thinking they're fucking this, and they don't know how to speak fucking Spanish at all. They don't even know how to speak English.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just feel like I don't think you're racist. I just think you're doing your
No,
job.
I know. I'm not racist. I am not racist. I'm not 1% racist. Way.
I feel like you
I
are.
see
fool.
everybody equally. Way.
I
I
feel
guess it's
what you're
concerning because like I have to double check. Like, oh shit, like, because I don't want to be rude. I don't want. You know what I mean?
But what be rude? You said, "Excuse me, I'm gonna check and stuff. I might get out." What do you mean? Okay, and then so now you went back. They're African Americans. What do you think? What do you think they speak? Way? What are you assuming they speak?
I don't know. Maybe not English.
All right, fuck it, fool. Well, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, fool.
Bro.
So you went back and you
This
said,
is
"Excuse me," and you didn't say back.
This is an assumption, bro. This is the freaking assumption,
A
bro.
ver.
I had jury duty,
Mm.
and I went. And the case was very interesting. Brother hit his brother with the gun. When he hit his brother with the gun, they shot in the air. The brother pretended like he was dead. He saw the other brother turn around. He ran. It was a whole thing, right? But to me, I didn't see like they were African American. I didn't see they were white. I didn't see that color, bro.
Okay,
I just saw like the facts and everything,
yeah,
right?
that's how you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, not everybody. Not everybody's like that.
I don't even think they brought up the ethnicity. They just said it was to kid. They didn't, I don't think they brought up. I don't think they're supposed to bring up the ethnicity, right?
The what?
The ethnicity, where they're from, or like the race. They say like, oh, these were like people, Mexican people. They didn't say anything. They just said there was 2 suspects, 3 suspects, 3 males. 1 male shot another male.
No, I saw them. Way I was on the actual jury duty way. So as a whole process, I saw the facts. Way I only seen the facts. Way.
That's how it's
I
supposed to be.
didn't. Yeah, I know. I only seen the facts. Do not call me for fucking jury duty. Do not call me for jury duty.
Why?
No, because I feel like because I don't see color and I see the facts, now they're gonna be, oh, he's a good fucking juror. Anyway,
No, but they see your color. For you know that, right? There's some jurors that yeah, like
no,
like,
I don't think the jurors see you. I think the
No.
lawyers see
yeah,
you.
yeah, correct. Right.
Yeah.
The lawyers choose specific jurors for the trial. You know, for the trial. No, for the trial. You know that, right?
No,
like
that
okay.
was not the case with me.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm going like into a famous trial way with O.J. Simpson. The Dream Team lawyers deliberately got only mostly black jurors.
But you have to be aware that both parties have to agree, bro.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, we're gonna get that. Like, no, both parties have to agree.
I understand that, but they made it to like have more of that, in there.
Which, by the way, I got a bunch of tips from people saying, oh, say you're racist, say you have this, say you have that. They're gonna kick, bro. None of that shit worked because everybody around that was saying that shit. Wait, like there was a surgeon next to me. He's like, you know what? I have like 9 appointments and they're life and death, and I'm scheduled to do surgery. And then the judge said, well, this is your right as an American citizen. Your right becomes more important than everything else. Because if you die tomorrow, they're gonna replace you to go ahead and make those surgeries. So I don't want to hear that excuse. Like it was bad. Like the judge was like hard. I was staying quiet. I was like, I don't care. Pick me, don't pick me. Shit, I don't care.
That's right.
I got picked.
Oh, you got picked. Oh yeah, you like okay, whatever.
I got picked, and I was so into the fucking trial. I didn't finish it though.
They kicked you out?
No, my appendix ripped.
Your appendix ripped?
Yeah,
Bruh.
they were gonna put. I think they were gonna put like a I think they were gonna put a warrant on me because I didn't show up. Way.
And did you give them that paperwork and shit?
Well, how could I? Wait, I was in surgery.
Okay, but afterwards.
No, I had somebody call the court, and they couldn't get a hold of the court. But keep in mind, they can't start without you. Way.
Oh.
Yeah, wait. I got there one day. I got there late. Way. And I was like, oh, they're not even in. So it's cool. I got there in time. They're like, Omar. I was like, oh, yeah. They're like, okay, now we can start. I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah,
Oh
bro.
shit!
It was
See,
bad.
I've never been called for a juror or anything. Güey.
Yeah, wait. And then I started showing up on time. Wait, pues no mames, güey, que pinche oso.
That's good. Fool.
And then, yeah, wait, I remember that day. I was like, I had pain. Wait, I'm like, and I was there doing a trial way, and people had the nose. And I was just like, oh, fuck, man. Like I'm a fucking scream in the middle of the court, bro. And I fucking, like, me amaron un pinche huevo, way. And I did not fucking scream, way. But I wasn't like somebody was stabbing me, way. And they're like, oh, like, we're done for the day. And I fucking ran outside to arrest her. Made myself throw up in nada, way. And then, like, I was driving like this, bro. Like, oh, like this with the pedal and the brake. Like, sharp pain, way. And I took 3 ibuprofens, 800. And me calmó el dolor, way. Oh, no, my friend that was taking me, way. Because they were like, oh, we should go. So she was driving me, way. And she's like, oh, she didn't know how to drive on the freeway. So she took me by street. And we're like around the corner of the hospital, way.
Wrong exit.
No, she's like, no. She took me like straight way. She's like, oh, can I stop by to like get something to drink? And I was like this way. I was like, oh, like I couldn't even bend straight way. I was like, oh yeah, that's fine, just go. And when I got there, they were like, they
Emergency.
yeah, they rushed me. They're like, oh, we have to put you in surgery. I'm like, oh, say less.
Say less. You wanted
I
that?
was dick. I was in massive pain, way. Like un pinche like.
Yeah, I remember that day, way when 'cause I went afterwards to do her surgery. Now, the only thing I was worried about is his friend, Stopani, dude. That's the only thing you're worried about, which is sad, you know, because everybody was like, oh, Omar, how are you doing? We all showed up, way, and that piece of shit didn't even want to come, fool. And I'm like, Dick, you should fucking definitely show up, fool, because that's all he's asking for.
Is David here? Did David come? Is David here? Where's David? He's not gonna come, wait? Why? Yeah, he's probably busy, huh? No, but yeah, David?
Fucking
I
trash.
I think I only asked once, and then
Didn't, fool.
I think you got triggered.
Okay, first of all, you were fucking drugged the fuck
Yeah, I
up.
was
Okay,
drugged
so you
out.
can't even fucking say what you did and what you didn't. All you woke up saying is David this, David that. I was like, bro, first of all, if you and David, wait.
Yeah.
I feel like. ¿Qué pasó? I don't know if what's going on. Fell down or what the fuck happened, dude? Anyways,
Oh.
dude, what?
Véngase para acá, véngase para acá.
Anyways, help her off, and then you cut her down. Yeah, she can't get off. What you say? My mom literally just, she was looking at. No, she can't get up, wait. Sorry, guys. My mom literally was looking at some stuff and she can't get up the floor, way.
Guys,
That's what happens when you get it 64. You can't.
guys, have a couple words I want to share with you guys.
Hey, we're in time. Come on.
I know. First of all, if you guys stay this long, thank you guys. I really appreciate it for the writers with us, the true fans. Guys, be nice out there. Be nice to people. Okay? It's life. It's a beautiful life. Be nice.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't get mad at every little thing. Just let it go, man. Let it go. Thank you guys again for staying tuned. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you guys turn on your notifications. If your birthday's today or this upcoming days, happy birthday.
Thank
You guys
you.
can celebrate together with Memo. Drop a comment.
Ojalá pinche banda, hijo.
And make sure you guys stay tuned every Wednesday at 9 a.m. We don't miss. Why podcasts don't miss.
That's it.
So we'll see you guys on to the next.
Peace.